Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Are you able to hear me? I'm not seeing their charts. Most likely they are not able to, we can hear you. Thank you very much. So today we have a very, very, very little objective, a small objective. The objective will be by the end of this class, all of us should have known how to compute NPV using Excel, how to work with the pivot tables, and if time allows, we must also know how to search for items in a big Excel worksheet, using the index match function. So 3 objectives and very easy ones. Everyone, ladies and gentlemen, will be happy by the time we shall be finishing this particular broadcast. And here I am. I would want to share something small with you, ladies and gentlemen, here, which I would want you to download from your side. I would want you to download this from your side. So I'm attaching it in the files. I want to, it's about NPV computation. So there it is. I hope everybody is able to see that file. So I want you to start by downloading that file. So there is a file here. I hope everybody is able to see this file. So this file is the one that I would want you great students of mine to download. So is there somebody who has been able to download this file? Is there anybody who has been able to download that file? You simply click on the download option, which is there. Is there somebody who has been able to download the file? I'm not seeing any yes. Perhaps they haven't seen the file. Where is the file? This file is here. I have it. Yes. File downloaded. Thank you very much. I can share it once again. So I'll come and simply share the file. I will share it. It's this one here. So allow Mwalimu to share it again. So the student who is asking which file, I hope you are able to see the file. Thank you very much. Now on that file, ladies and gentlemen, which has also been displayed on your screen, you'll be able to see it on your screen. Here we are. We can see a situation where we are given something very easy. They have given us here the interest rate. Interest rate is the same as what here? The cost of capital. Interest rate is the same as cost of capital. And then they have given us the cash flow. You can see cash flow times 0 is 500 negative. Times 0 is 500 negative. And then end of year 1, we get 30 bob. End of year 2, we get 120. End of year 3, we get 200. End of year 4, we get 120. End of year 5, we get 120. So ladies and gentlemen, I want you to do me a small favor. Small favor. The small favor here is, that you get to compute the net present value out of these cash flows, which I hope you guys have been able to write them down. You get to compute those, from those cash flows, you get to compute NPV manually, and I'm giving you exactly 2 minutes. You compute this manually. You compute that manually. Give me the net present value out of this information manually. They are computing NPV manually, and the student will be the first one to give us net present value. The net present value, which is a measure of wealth, which is going to be created out of an investment, a measure of wealth. Remember, any investment that we put on the table could either increase, ladies and gentlemen, our wealth or destroy. Any project whose NPV is positive is a project that creates wealth for the shareholders. Any project that is negative is a project which will be rejected. So I would want to see whether there is any student who has been able to get NPV for us. Is there any student who has been able to get NPV for us? Once you get that NPV, ladies and gentlemen, please let us know, and then we shall be able to buy lunch for you. We shall be able to buy lunch for you very fast. We are using the manual system, We are using the manual system. Let me just stop the share a little bit to see whether there is anybody who has the correct answer. Ladies and gentlemen, I have Robert. Robert Doty is telling me that NPV of this project is negative 66.82, and this student is a bright student. The student has gone even ahead to tell me that because the project's NPV is negative, the project is not viable. I like that. This is a serious student. This is a serious student. Is there anybody who is able to get this negative 66.82? Is there anybody who is able to get this negative 66.82? Anybody else? Anybody else who is able to get that NPV? Now, ladies and gentlemen, because there is at least one student, there is a student who is saying that this people here who have their videos on, to turn them off. To turn them off is a request. Perhaps the student could be in a place where the bandwidth is not very strong. So whenever you have your videos on, they chew onto their bundles in a bad way. That is true. So they're requesting that we turn off our videos. Yes, I can see Moses below who has also gotten negative 66.82, but I can't continue without the support of a girl child. At least one lady has to get this thing right. At least one lady. I can't move on if there is no girl child who will be able to give me the correct answer. At least a girl child somewhere should give us the correct answer. Clementia Nyaboke, negative 66.83. Right? That is okay. The difference could be because of what here, rounding off error. Now, I'm seeing so many students here, like Peter Kinyumu. So many students here who are with us in our yesterday's class. We agreed that this class basically will be for those students who came in a little bit late yesterday, right? And I'm supposed to be repeating everything that we did in our yesterday's class. So I don't know whether they will be okay, comfortable, staying here, watching the same thing being done over and over again. If they are comfortable, we can't chase them away. If they are comfortable, we can't chase them away. But this supposedly is supposed to be for the very new students or students who came in like 30 minutes late yesterday. Now, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to show you how we get this NPV using the Excel very fast. So I'll come and share my NPV. I will come and share my NPV cash flows. So my NPV cash flows are there. The first thing that I will do is to come and click on my Excel worksheet. Once I click on this Excel worksheet, what I will do, ladies and gentlemen, is to come here. Once I click on the worksheet, I will come and because it's a function, it's a formula I want to insert. I have to start by pressing equals. So you press equals. Fortunately, you guys have that Excel sheet which I sent to you. Already you have the Excel sheet, so you should be doing exactly what I'm doing. So you press equals. When you press equals, we normally begin with the cash flow at time 0. So you click this cell with the time 0 cash flow. It is cell C8. It is cell C8 like that. So click this cell here. So once you click the cell, what you want to do, you want to combine the other cash flows with this. So please look for your plus sign. Press plus. Now, unlike this initial outlay, all these other cash flows are futuristic. They will be coming to us, but in the future. So meaning that they have to be present valued. They have to be present valued. These 130, 120, 200, they have to be present valued. So what do? You have to invoke the NPV thing now. So you press NPV, NPV. Once you press NPV, you'll be able to see NPV function coming here in blue. Once it comes there in blue, it means that it's ready to be taken to the formula bar, to be taken to the function here, to be taken to the formula bar. And how do you do it? You tab, you press this function, which is right, quite near what here? The caps lock. If you look at the caps lock button, the button which is on top, the one that has got two arrows, that is the tab thing. The tab thing. So you press that tab function like that. When you press the tab function, ladies and gentlemen, you can see there is a next command, which is telling us, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, to pick the rate. I hope you are able to see the rate. The interest rate is here. You pick it. Of course, you must have stored it there. So you press on it like that. When you press on it like that, you'll be able to see C4 has been highlighted there. And what are they telling you after C4 has been highlighted there? You need to come and press comma, comma. They're telling you rate, comma. So you say comma. After that, ladies and gentlemen, they're telling you to highlight all values from cash flow of year 1, value 2, value 3. So come and press that. Once you press that, you can see this thing is ready to be copied. So you need either to drag the cell the longer way, or if you're good in Excel, ladies and gentlemen, you must be knowing the Excel, the Excel shortcuts. Like the shortcut here will be, you press Control Shift. And then there are these arrows, So you press the arrow towards the right. There are these 4 arrows, the arrow keys. You press the arrow towards the right there. When you press that arrow towards the right, you can see this thing automatically highlights everything. It highlights everything. It highlights everything there. So once it has highlighted everything, what you need to do, you can see straight away they're telling you to put brackets now. At the end of it, they're telling you to put brackets. So let's say here Shift, button 0 has the closing bracket. So after you do that, ladies and gentlemen, you've finished your work. You simply say Enter. When you say Enter, you'll be able to see they're telling you the NPV automatically is 66.82 and it is in brackets. If it's in brackets, it means that this project is not viable. The project is not viable. The project is not viable, and I'm happy because I know that there are students who got that particular OTR figure. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would want to repeat this. I would want to repeat this particular process, but before I do that, I would want to see where there is anybody who will be able to use their Excel and get the exact answer that Mwalimu has gotten before I repeat. And then I'll also use this time, ladies and gentlemen, to share the file, So we have here my file. I go to my computer. I'm looking for JANPV, open, like that, open. So you can see it is now down there. You can see the host has shared. Please, I hope you are able to see the file that I've just shared here. So many are saying they don't have it, and I've just shared here. So perhaps many of us don't know how to use this Zoom very well. So I need to create a class to show you how to make use of the Zoom. Because I can again share here. If I come here to File, I'll say my computer, I share. Before I share, let me admit these students. Let me just admit these students here. Before I share, great. So let me share again. We have this NPV. We have open. So I've shared again. Now, if there is any student who has already gotten the answer, they can share their screen with us. Kindly try sharing your screen with us. Like we have Ramadan Abdullah, very good. He's saying he's gotten it. Is it possible you share your screen with us, Abdullah? Have already enabled that function where you can share your screen with us and even take us through. You can even take us through the process. Yes, thank you very much. So, unfortunately, you came in before I unmuted you. Let me just see. Okay, you can just demonstrate. People should be able to see. Yes. Just continue. People will be able to see what you are doing. Aha, great. Aha. NPV, yes. The rate, he has been able to pick the rate. From there, he is now, in this case here, highlighting all the values. And you can see he has decided to use the dragging, which is still okay. Which is still okay. And you can see he has been able to get that answer. This is a good student. So in this case, ladies and gentlemen, that is correct. So great. So what I don't know is whether everybody has understood how to get that. How do we get that? NPV, students are now sharing one at a time. So you can see this other student has also been able to get what he has also been able to get that net present value, the net present value. Now you will allow me. Why are we adding C8? A good student is asking why we are adding C8. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, ordinarily, whenever you are getting your net present value, what do you normally do? When you're getting your net present value, what you normally do is to take the future cash flows, you discount them, and then you subtract the initial outlay. So you can see in our case, ladies and gentlemen, here, this initial outlay is a negative. So when I say take the initial outlay, put it there, it's like saying subtract the initial outlay. So C8 is the initial outlay. Thank you, and thank you very much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please allow us to go to the next thing. This next thing that I would want to teach you today is quite important, very, very important. If you are given a lot of detailed information, somebody comes and gives you, for example, financial statements from SAP, showing you revenues over the years. For example, it's breweries which has been with us for so long, say 50 years. So they take their sales over 50 years for the many products that they're producing, and then they give to you, they give you all that set of information like this one. Let me just share this with you. Like now here, somebody comes here and is able to give you, ladies and gentlemen, is able to give you something like this. Look at that information. So he has given you years, and these years are so many. If I try, ladies and gentlemen, check the number of rows here. If for example, I want to know how many rows we have, I'll go to the end of this sheet. How do I go to the end of the sheet? I'll press Control and then the down arrow key. The down arrow key, you'll be able to see that we have got how many rows? 15,121. 15,121. These are too many rows, really. And ladies and gentlemen, to make it even worse, if I was to go back there, To make it even worse, he has given you volumes here. You can see these volumes here. So you as the CEO, how will you be able to interpret really all these volumes? And there are 15,000 in number. There are so many of them. There are so many of them. There are so many of them. How will we be able to interpret them? So to interpret these, ladies and gentlemen, what I would need is to slice and dice my data using what we call a pivot table. Slice and dice using a pivot table, So what do I need, ladies and gentlemen, for me to be able to slice these? First of all, I need to come and highlight the entire table. So to highlight, there are so many ways. Like now here, to highlight the entire table, you could decide, ladies and gentlemen, to say Control All. If you say Control All, Control A, you'll highlight the entire. Or you can say Control Shift, and then you use the right arrow key. When you say the right arrow key, you'll be able to see I've been able to highlight all my column items. And then I'm still holding on to my Control and the Shift. And then, ladies and gentlemen, what I will do is to punch the down arrow key to highlight everything. So you go down like that. It highlights all the 15,000 rows. You can't, in this case here, dragging up to 15,000, that will take you like the whole afternoon to finish. So once I've been able to do that, I want you to check on the insert. I hope you're able to see the insert. So this insert, what do I want to do? I want to pick out one item called the volume. I want to pick out one item called the volume. So what I need to do is to come and insert the pivot table. So you press insert, and then you say pivot table. When I say pivot table like that, it's asking me a simple question. To create a pivot table, first of all, choose the data that you want to analyze. Select a table or a range, which I've been able to select. The one that I highlighted, ladies and gentlemen, is the table that they want us to capture there. Now, they're telling me, ladies and gentlemen, here, choose where you want the pivot table report to be placed. Of course, I can't choose the existing. You can see already this table is too much congested. The table is too much congested. So what I'll do, I'll have to work with a new worksheet instead of existing worksheet. So I will come straight away and say, okay. So when I say okay, I can see new data there. So with this new data, new worksheet, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to place my pivot table there. So what I'll do, I can see the fields. These are the fields. So the field which I would want to analyze is the volume. So you bring your cursor here in volume, and then you hold, right? You click the volume there, hold on to it, you drag it down up to the value. It is the one that I would want to evaluate, right? Now, once I have the volume there, you can see they are giving us count of volume. The count of volume, I would want to know the total. So what I need to do is to come, ladies and gentlemen, here and press the drop down menu here. This drop down, you can see the drop down. You simply click on it once. When you click on it once, you can see so many things, including removing the field. You can decide to remove it. It goes back up there. But what I want is to ascertain the value. What I want is to ascertain the value. So I'll press value. When I press value, I can see, for example, do you want to do counting? Do you want the average of the volumes? No. What I want for now is the summation. The value that I want is the summation. So I'll come and press sum. So when I press sum like that, ladies and gentlemen, I will come and say, okay. When I say, okay, what has happened here? They have given me the total volume. This total volume, the way the figure is, again, it doesn't make any sense to me. As a CEO, I will not be able, ladies and gentlemen, really to interpret, have any meaningful discussion with anybody regarding that volume. But I would want this volume to be spread out in terms of years. In terms of years, so I would go to the field here and pick the year. You can see the year here. So I can decide to have the years in rows or in columns. In most cases, years are column parameters. So you drag it to the columns and then you leave it there. Now you can see the total sum volume is this 217 something that we got. But this time around, they've been able to distribute this to the various what year? Years. We have 2011, 2012, 2013. And then we have 2014, 6 months, like that. So as a CEO, I can see some pattern here. Now this thing is beginning to make some sense. This thing is beginning to make some sense. But still, we are not yet there. We could be having some people, product brand managers, who could be hiding on these yearly volumes. I would still want my volumes here to be, ladies and gentlemen, disintegrated to the various products that we have. So, ladies and gentlemen, what I will do, I will come here and drag the product, for example, group. Drag it. I can't, of course, take it to the columns. That will be too much, too congested. I'll come and drag this and have it where? In the rows like that. So once I do that, I'm able to see what the pivot table has done. The pivot table has expanded. It is telling me that the total volume is this 217. But now they've been able to give me the total volumes in form of alcohol. Now I can put the alcohol manager into a Q&A, question and answer session. Ask this guy, look at the trend. 2011, I can see you at 22 something. 2012, I can see you at 31 something. 2013, I can see 38 something. What happened in 2014? Your volume went down. So then this gentleman will be able to come and tell me, hey, even you as the CEO, you should be very happy. Why? Because you can see that this volume of 29 something is for only 6 months. So I'm able, ladies and gentlemen, now to discern very important factors, very important factors. If you go, for example, we have somebody who is dealing with the bread products, and you can be able to also put him down to task. You can see like drinks, we only had drinks in the year 2011. We did not have any pub soft drinks in 2012. So as a CEO, I would really be interested to know what may have happened to this drink section. Is it that, for example, we lost the entire, say, bottling division for the drinks here, for the drinks? So in this case here, the moment, ladies and gentlemen, I've been able to expand these into a pivot table, then it means automatically I'm home. Ladies and gentlemen, later on, I'll be showing you how to do the filters. For now, the work that I would want you to do for me is to create this particular pivot, the way I've created it yourselves, which I would want to share with you. I would want to share with you this particular worksheet, and then you work it out yourself. Was the document shared? No. So I'm now sharing it right now. I'm sharing it right now. So we have here, I'm sharing this document. It's a pivot table document. It is there. I hope now everybody is able to see that document. The moment you get it, just go through your various worksheets, and you should be able to look for the one that has got pivot table. Galaxy says no volume. I want to imagine you guys are able to hear me, right? If there is anything that you have invested in as a college is internet. Are you able to hear me? Volume is okay. Rose, we are sharing this thing in the files here. I've just shared it up here. You'll be able to see a document where there is a download option. You download it. I can share it again. So it is these pivot tables. Thank you very much. So I've been able to, so I want to know whether I'm effective in terms of how I'm teaching. And for that matter, I would want to allow you guys to share your screens with me. I would want you to share your screens with me. Even if you're not talking today, I'll not allow you to talk at all. Even if you're not talking. Yeah. So I hope now you're able to hear me. I've just removed my earphone so that you could also get a chance of talking. Are you able to hear Mwalimu? Okay, now, thank you. So we have a student who is taking us through. Okay. Great. Great. So Peter got it very well. Peter has gotten it very well. So I'll be giving you some more time so that also you can have some students trying. So should I repeat the concept myself, or now you are comfortable, all of you? Are they comfortable? Okay. I've already shared the spreadsheet. I've shared the spreadsheet here. Right. Great. I can see some other students, another student here also trying his best to ensure that they are able to fix what here? The pivot table. The pivot table. The spreadsheet, I'll be able to share. I'll share it severally. It is here. I'm sharing it. Just go to your files there. So I'm sharing it. Pivot, open. Okay. Then the boy is saying, Mwalimu, don't leave us behind. The problem is you guys. You guys come late for the Excel class because you think that Excel is like our CPA, where you can walk in 1 hour late and then you understand very well. No. Excel, like I told you yesterday, of course, I know accountants are very busy, but when it comes to Excel class, you must keep time. You must keep time. Actually, even where like I've taught this Excel in many, many places, if you come in late, like more than 15 minutes, we don't allow you to enter because there'll be a lot of confusion. Excel is from beginning. All of us have to start from the same point. But for today, I will... So let me repeat. I can see Dr. Patrick. Dr. Patrick, it's good to see you around. So I would want to share my pivot tables. Okay. So I have my original pivot table data like that. So with this original data, there is no way that I will be able to make any meaningful interpretation out of data that is congested like this. What it would entail is that we need to slice. We need to look at what do we want. In most cases, many CEOs will be interested in volumes produced, volumes sold. So if I would want to dice this volume, what do I do? The first thing, I have to highlight the entire table. So how do I highlight the entire table? Many ways. The one that I would want you to pick, of course, is the Control A, but I know many students are used to Control, Shift, and then we have the right arrow key. So you press the right arrow key and then the down arrow to highlight everything. Once I do that, I want to fix my pivot. So how do I fix my pivot? I'll come here and say insert. So insert, Dr. Patrick, you can see here, we have the pivot table, pivot table. You click on it just once. And then you'll come and say automatically, okay, because you'd want a new worksheet. You'd want a new worksheet. Don't use this existing. The data will be so much congested. So you want a new worksheet. So you simply say, okay. When you say, okay, what you need to do, look at this. They are telling you pivot table. To build a report, choose fields from the pivot table, field list. So we have our pivot table fields. There could be very many. So the one that I want to work with is this volume, which I'll come and drag very fast to the values because I would want to evaluate the volume. Once you put here the volume, you'll be able to see where they are telling you to count of volumes. Please, there is an arrow here. There is an arrow there. So what you need to do is to come and press on this arrow. When you press on the arrow, what are you seeing? So many things. Move to report filter, move to row labels, move to column labels. I don't want to remove this. What I want is the value. Once I press value, to start with, mostly we start with the sum. I would want to know the total volume. So I'll say sum, and then I say, okay. So as a CEO, I'm able to see the sum to be 217, something like that. So ladies and gentlemen, this figure again is meaningless. It is useless. I would want to have my volume spread into many years for me to be able to see the trends which arise out of my volumes. So what I need to do, I can see so many students asking questions. Me first of all, what I just finished. So I'll come and pick the year. I would want this year, ladies and gentlemen, I would want to subdivide it. I would want, ladies and gentlemen, to pick the year here, and then I take it as a column. Years are normally column-based parameters. So you can see the column labels in terms of years like that. Now I am able to see that I started from 50, 53 years. I see I'll be very happy because I can see some improvement. I'm seeing some improvement. And 2014 is going to be a great year. 2014 is going to be a great year. Why? Because this 2014, ladies and gentlemen, I can see 57. And yet it is 6 months only. So ladies and gentlemen, I don't want in this case here to just interpret these in form of bulk. What I would want to do is to have the volume again subdivided into the various products. So I'll come and say product group. I take it to the rows like that. So once I do that, I have that. Let me see what students are saying. Oh, they can't see my screen. Oh, I'm so sorry. Let me repeat again very fast. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I never picked it. So share screen, pivot tables. I hope now you are able to see it. So I'll start again, but now I'll move very first. Now I will move very first. I have my pivot table there. So I'll start by highlighting everything. So once I highlight everything like that, I'll come and say insert. So when I say insert, pivot table. What do I want? Existing, new worksheet. So I'll come and say, okay. So from there, what do I want? I want this pivot. Of course, I can see the fields have already been defined. And it is a volume that I'm interested in. So this volume, I'll come and drag it, put it under volumes like that, values like that. Then I count. Once I press count, I'll say value. So then I will say sum. Once I say sum, I'll say okay. So I have my total volume, which I would want again partitioned in terms of years. So in terms of years, I'll come and drag this down there like that. You can now see like that. And then of course, I'll come and pick another variable like products. So product group, this to go to rows like that. So then I have my pivot table for interpretation like that. It needs a lot of practice, Oh, I know where the problem is. I should have said one participant to share at a time. One participant to share at a time. Yes. Sorry for that. So are you able to see now my screen? Are you able to see my screen, ladies and gentlemen? Are you able to see my screen? Thank you very much. Sorry for that. Okay. Okay. So with this screen now, what I want is to go back to my original table, the pivot, this pivot table here. So I can see the information is already highlighted for me. So what I need to do is to come and insert. So I'll insert here, the pivot table. I will come straight away, say, okay. So once I'm here now, I want to go to the field list. The list, the thing that I want is the volume. I'll come under, left click, drag it to the values. Then I'll come and count. I will come and count. It's the value that I want. So once I'm here, ladies and gentlemen, normally we go for the sum. I want to get the sum of volume. So I'll say, okay, I have the sum of volume, but I have to partition this in form of, because we have got many years, we have to partition in form of years, So I'll come and pick the year, put it under columns like that. I would also want to partition it in the form of product groups. So I'll come and take this down there like that. Then I have my excellent pivot table. It's a simple thing. But now in my next session, I'll be showing you how to do the filters. How, for example, do we filter these using the codes? Using the codes, how will we be able to, or even how to do a graph out of these bar charts, etc., for us to be able to prepare a report. Ladies and gentlemen, if you allow me, I would want to stop this. Accessing the spreadsheet is a really why, and I'm really sharing this thing here severally. You can see like right now, I've shared. It is there. You simply download it from there. It is here. It is here. I hope you are able to see it's here. You simply download it from there. You click on it. I've sent that document severally. Simply click on it. You click on it and then let us know whether in Njiri you've been able to get that thing, whether you've been able to download it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, how many minutes are you giving Mwalimu here so that I can see whether I can do another concept or we stop the whole thing? Are we able to go up to 2:10 p.m. or it has to end at exactly 2? Let's go up to 30 minutes. Great. Moses says at 2. How many of us must report to their workplace at exactly 2? But you can't even steal your employer's time, even 1 or 2 minutes. Okay. Now then, allow me to show you something here, which is very important that you need to know as an accountant. If you don't know this, ladies and gentlemen, you are not a good accountant. You are not born to be an accountant. You are not born to be an accountant. Or rather, if you don't grasp this, after I show you and you're not able to grasp it, you have a problem. So allow me, ladies and gentlemen, to share this with you. I have index match. So I would want to delete all this. Yes. So already that is deleted. Great. I would want to delete all this like that. Deleted. Now, ladies and gentlemen, assuming you are given teams here, you have Manchester United, you have Lazio, you have Arsenal, and then you happen to be having like 1,000 teams, These 1,000 teams, it will become so hard for you, it will become very hard for you to look for one team in that particular work sheet or even workbook. It will become very, very hard for you. If you don't know index match, if you don't know VLOOKUP, if you don't know HLOOKUP, if you do not know the mother of all called XLOOKUP, you will have big problems. So ladies and gentlemen, allow Mwalimu for only 5 minutes to teach you how to, is it camera? Yeah, let me just change battery. Sorry for that interruption. So allow Mwalimu to show you, ladies and gentlemen, how we can search this information using index match. Remember, index match is superior to VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP, you can only search towards the right only. It's one directional. But when it comes to index match, you can search in whichever direction. So here, my information is here, which I want to share with you again. So I have here index match. So this index match, I want to search for like Milan. So I'll go under, I want to search for the country where Milan is found. So what I'll do is to come and press equals the function. When I say equals like that, now I want to look for the matching. I want to match Milan to the country. I want to match. So I'll press MAT. When I press MAT, I'm able to see my match. So it's called index match. So once I see that match being blue tick, I'll say tab. So when I say tab is this particular button which is on top of the caps lock. So when I say tab like that, they're asking me, you know, Excel guides you. Excel guides you very well. It tells you to select the lookup value. What I want to look up first of all is Milan. So I'll press Milan. Once I press Milan, I can see straight away they're telling me to put a comma. So I'll come and put comma. Ladies and gentlemen, after I do that, they want me to give them the lookup array. The lookup array is the column. Remember, match just like a soldier. Have you ever seen a soldier who matches in a zigzag way? A soldier will match in a particular row or in a particular column. So the same case with us, whenever it comes to the arrangement, the array is a short word for arrangement. The arrangement for match, you have, ladies and gentlemen, to pick the column where we have Milan. So Milan is here. So I'll have to come and just highlight this downwards up to there. So once I'm there, ladies and gentlemen, listen and listen to me very well. I'll have to come and put what here? A comma. So once I put a comma like that, I'm seeing something very important here called the match type. Match type, we don't want guesswork. We don't want to be given anything which is less than. We don't want to be given anything which is greater than. We want an exact match. You simply press 0. You press 0, or you can just click on that 0 match, and then you say tab. Once you do that, ladies and gentlemen, you will come right away and close the bracket. So closing the bracket like that, there you are. And then you will come and say enter. So you can see once I say enter, ladies and gentlemen, I can see that Milan is in row number 2. Milan, and if you count, Borussia Milan. Milan is in row number 2. Remember, match helps us to get what here? To get us the position, the row position. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would want to copy this formula, but I can't copy this formula the way it is. Why? Because things are going to move. So we must do what we call fixing, what we call self-referencing, what we call, ladies and gentlemen, absolute and mixed references. So I would want, for example, the column of I to be fixed. How do we fix the column of I? You will come here and press, you will have to see the cursor dancing there immediately before, after the bracket, but before I. You're seeing the column dancing there, that cursor dancing there. Once you see that cursor dancing there, what you need to do is to fix it. And fixing it, we normally fix these columns using the most expensive, or rather the best currency in the world, which is the dollar. So you fix this by saying shift. The dollar is there in number 4, dollar. So once you do that, ladies and gentlemen, you have been able to fix the column. Always the lookup column has to be fixed. The other thing that you must always fix is the array. This array, which is in red, must be fixed. How do you fix it? You'll come and highlight the whole of it. You highlight the whole of it. Please don't highlight the comma. You highlight the whole of it. Don't highlight the comma. After you highlight it like that, now you'll be left to either go putting a dollar sign before each one of them, or you simply highlight that like that, and then you press enter. Not enter, but F4. F4 is the easiest way of introducing the dollar signs. So you press F4. When you press F4, you can see, ladies and gentlemen, everything is okay there. Everything there has dollars. And then, of course, after you're finished, simply press enter. So you can see you have your 2 there. But now this time round, what you could do is to come and now copy this. So you come and click on the cell here, and then you right click. When you right click, simply say copy, or you say Control C. One and the same. Control C is easier. So copy there. When I copy there, what am I seeing? I'm seeing this thing coming in a way suggesting that I'm now able to copy. So I'm able to copy. So I'll say Control Shift, the right-hand side. No, right-hand side arrow. I can see there is nothing which is blocking me here. I'll go all the way to the end. So what I need to do is simply to come and drag this. So you drag it like that. You can drag it to have many of them. You simply say like that, and then you press enter. Once you press enter, you are able to see good things. What am I able to see? That there is a team called Hamburger. Hamburger is in row 4, 4, 4, 4. So you can see Hamburger, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hamburger, 4th. And then you can see these ones here are not available because I haven't yet defined what? I haven't yet defined these others. Now, the way they are, ladies and gentlemen, these things are not making sense to me. I need to bring some sense to these. How do I bring to know, for example, Milan? Which country is Milan found in? Milan, did it play any Champions League? So I need to put names on these numbers. And the best way of putting names on the numbers is to introduce the index. So you'll come and just after equals here, I want to modify my formula. After equals, you'll simply go and say the cursor there is dancing. The cursor is dancing. So it's ready to take up whatever command I give it. So I'll come and say index. Once I start even punching index, I can see it is blue ticked. When it's blue ticked, I'll press tab. So when I press tab like that, this thing is asking me to do something very easy. It is telling me to array. So array now this time round, ladies and gentlemen, I would want to array this thing in column-wise. Country, the country. So I'll come to the country here, array, just copy this up to the end. When I copy to the end, these guys are telling me after array, comma, after array, comma. So you press comma like that. So once you do that, ladies and gentlemen, simply go ahead and tell us enter. Sorry, there is a typo. You know, it will tell you, we found a typo in your formula and try to create it correctly. You can see the typo here is that we have a red bracket. In Excel, whenever you see a red bracket, you are supposed to introduce another bracket. Because you see this red is only for the match. And yet you have got this black here index, which is supposed to take care of everything. So you need, instead of, you can say correct directly, or you say no, and you come and there, do yourself, ladies and gentlemen, you can come and there, put this bracket yourself there. But the best is to say correct for me. So you say shift, and then you say close the bracket like that. So once you do that, you say enter. What are you seeing? You are seeing they're telling you that Milan is in Italy. Milan is in Italy. So I would want to copy. But before I copy, remember the thing of fixing. So I'd fixed already the match. Match is fixed very well, but the index has not been fixed. Ladies and gentlemen, remember if it's Milan, I would want the row of Milan to be fixed throughout. Remember, rows are normally given by the numbers. Like this 4 has to be fixed. Even this 12 has to be fixed. The columns are the letters. These letters, A, B, C, D, these are column titles. But for the index, you must fix the rows. How do you fix the numbers? You come and click there in between, you introduce a $sign. These are things you'll be able to understand very well. I know it's a bit heavy, especially if you have never done cell referencing, but it's something you'll be able to understand very well. So you'll come there, ladies and gentlemen, also before 12, introduce a $sign. You introduce a $sign. So a $sign like that. Once you do that, no problem, come right away to your formula there, simply tell us enter. You can still see it is Italy, which is there. So what you need to do, now I need to copy this. So to copy it, what I'll do, I'll come here. The easiest way always of copying is to control C. You control C. So you'll control here C. When you control C, now you can control shift. You go to the right. You control again, shift. You go down, and then you say enter. When I say enter, I'm seeing great things. What am I seeing, ladies and gentlemen? I'm seeing Milan comes from Italy. Milan, for sure, it played the Champions League. Milan played the Champions League. Milan, you can see out of here, Milan has how many points? 38 points. Milan under how many points? 57. Or other games played, 38, and the points under how many? 57, like that. Now, I want you to listen and listen to me very well. This thing has automatically given me parameters for hamburger. Hamburger is telling me that a hamburger, just like here, is in Germany. And hamburger, ladies and gentlemen, did you play any Champions League? No, no there. Hamburger, how many games for hamburger? 34. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a hamburger in terms of points earned? You can see 27. And now once I've been able to do this, it's like I've automated everything. Next time, whenever I want any team, like I could pick any team, like Arsenal, I'll simply come and press Arsenal. Type Arsenal there very first, Arsenal. Once I press Arsenal, I'll type Arsenal there, I'll say enter. When I say enter, you'll be able to see it has given me England. Yes, 38-79. You can see Arsenal here, Arsenal, England, yes, 38-79. Whichever team now you have automated your Excel worksheet. If you say, for example, Lazio, if you say Lazio like that, and then you press enter, you'll be able to get all the information that you need. Now you have automated. Remember, Excel, ladies and gentlemen, is all about what here? Automation. Excel is all about automation of your functionalities. It's about automating your functionalities. So I would want us to repeat this once and for all. But before I even share this thing with you, given the way I'm operating this Excel, what do you think of this Excel? Is it a good thing for accountants or a bad thing? Is it a good thing for accountants or a bad thing? Because I've seen students going all the way up to masters, CPAKs, people doing even CPA, so many courses, but yet when you measure them up outside here, in terms of job, ladies and gentlemen, they are not able to do what is required to be done by an accountant. They are not able to do. And their biggest misgiving is their inability to master Excel. The moment you master Excel, ladies and gentlemen, like now the way I know Excel, you'll consult for so many organizations. Like it is this Excel that gave me a very good consultancy job at IGAD. Especially for the NGO world, the moment I know this Excel very well, and I know the Microsoft 365 for planning, there is nothing I can't do. As I was telling you yesterday, you'll get, for example, somebody who is a governor. How do you appoint a governor who does not know how to use Excel? Even a CEO, if you don't know how to use Excel, trust you me, you are sitting on a wrong chair. You're not supposed to be there. Because Excel, if you are the governor, like I told you at the time, I went to do some consultancy in some county, I want to mention. And then you will get the governor saying that, hey, you know what? How these salaries salaries and wages came to these millions in a year, I couldn't really tell. But I mean, you have Excel on your computer there. You even have a Mac. With Excel, you would have asked for reports. Once you have the reports, for example, if it's the county government of Turkana, you will be able to get, for example, like how much are we collecting? Vis-a-vis these people who are being hired. How many of them? How much wages? I'll be able to correlate that with the revenues which I'm getting. And as a governor, I should be able to say, hey, fine, I don't want to interfere with how you guys are hiring, but I don't want this ratio to be exceeded. Right now, what we have in our county governments, ladies and gentlemen, is something to really pity about. Where you have people, it's not bad, but so many people who can't be sustained by the counties like that. That is just one, but is just one example. There are so many things that you can use, ladies and gentlemen, to discern trends before things go out of range. As the manager, you need to understand this thing and understand it very well. And the very best way, trust you me today, if you're able to know Excel, even up to 30%, you'll come to thank me one day. One day you'll come to thank me. So that marks the end of today's class, ladies and gentlemen. I can see Edwin saying that this is an essential skill for all managers and accountants. This guy knows what he's talking about. It doesn't matter. It's not even for accountants alone. So long as you're a manager and you don't know to use Excel, know that you are useless. Amamze, you will allow me to talk the way I want because I wish you all the very best as you get into your senior positions in the near future. So you will have to allow me to whip you. To whip you. Right? So the best tool for accountants are like that. So it is basically an essential tool for an accountant. Thank you very much, Dr. Kenyanya. It's an essential tool for an accountant. Because even if you are so good at, say, SAP, ERP, even if you are so good at Oracle, ultimately what happens? A good manager should be able to export data from QuickBooks and put it in Excel for purposes of what here? For purposes of searching for the trends you're talking about. There are very many businesses here which are running outside here where the owners can't even tell you the margins. How much margins are they getting for every product? And basically they can't do that because their understanding of Excel is so poor, because they don't know that Excel is the thing. I like what one student told me some time back here, that we get most Indians, and they don't even clear the ACCA. They don't even clear their CPAKs, but most of them make very good accountants simply because of what here, their ability to use what here? Excel, their ability to use Excel. So I had to pay for advanced financial modeling using Excel. It is the best. Thank you for this. So ladies and gentlemen, as RCM, to make your work easy, we know how expensive this Excel is outside there. People are charging up to 80,000, up to 100,000 to train you Excel, and yet most of them are not very good even in this craft. Fortunately, you have an accountant, myself and CPA Okari, who will be able to take you through these particular OTR classes in a way that you will be able to understand. I only need 8 sessions with you. 8 sessions with you, you'll be thorough with advanced Excel. And then after the advanced Excel, now we go to financial modeling, because at the end of the day, a good accountant must become a good financial modeler. So this advanced Excel, we are charging you 5,000. 5,000 Kenya shillings, but there is a 20% discount for all those students who will be able to pay for our classes before 1st of next month. So if in this case you will pay before 1st of next month, there is an offer for you. So if you will pay before 1st, you'll only pay 4,000 shillings, 4,000 shillings, 4,000 shillings, and this is our pay bill. This is our pay bill number. Our pay bill is 402,956,9, 402,956,9, and then of course account, you write your name. You write your name. Once in this case here you pay like that, forward your name to us. Forward your name to my number, office number 0719 525,000. And then you'll be able to enjoy that particular discount. Otherwise, if you'll be coming in after 1st, you will have to pay 5,000 in total. Financial modeling will also be beginning next month for those of you who are advanced users of Excel like Edwin. I can see Edwin already has done this, has already done, even perhaps Patrick Nyatete, the Daktari here, perhaps they have done this basic Excel, the advanced Excel, I mean. So if you are an advanced Excel user, I would recommend financial modeling to you. And this financial modeling that I would want you to do, ladies and gentlemen, will cost you 10,000 Kenya shillings. And if you pay again before 1st, you'll be able to enjoy the 20% discount. You'll only pay us 8,000 for financial modeling. So not unless there is a question, ladies and gentlemen, Edwin says it needs a refresher on financial modeling. That is okay. That one I'll be able to give it to you, but at the same cost, And the very best thing, Edwin, next time, once you study, the very best thing, once you understand these concepts, teach them. Teach them. Get somebody you teach. Once you teach somebody like one round, you'll become so good at this. So not unless there is a question, I don't want to really take most of your time. It has been a pleasure hosting you this afternoon. I expect to see you guys subscribing for these particular classes. You'll come to thank me later because I know how expensive they are. I know how expensive these classes are. You'll get even like I have some competitor somewhere charging financial modeling 42,000, which is still okay. I'm not underrating anybody, but I know with the kind of work that I've done, I know I'll be able to teach you effectively. Remember, by profession, I normally tell my students, may have been in books throughout. By profession, I'm a civil engineer. So in civil engineering, civil engineering is all round. There is the roads. There is what we call structures in buildings. A good civil engineer should be able to quantify, for example, a road. Should be able, for example, to quantify a building like this one. So should be able to tell the public, or rather the owner of this house, how many bricks do you need, blocks do you need, right? How many bags of cement? So all that work has to be tabulated in Excel. And that is why I became so good at Excel. And also by the fact that I did ACCA. You see, ACCA, like papers F1, F4 to F9, they don't allow you to go to an exam with a calculator. They've introduced what we call computer-based exams. They were introduced a long time ago. It's like these guys were aware of COVID. They introduced that long time ago. And of course, they will go and hide a lot of information in various workbooks. So they'll tell you, look for revenue using the VLOOKUP. That's how I was able to also refine my craft of Excel. I'm so sure I'll be able to teach you in a way that all of us at the end of the day will be Excel super users. We share the pay bill. The board is not clear. So the pay bill is 402,956,9. 402,956,9. 402,956,9. Njiri says, can you remain behind a bit and let me know how to get the pivot file you shared? No problem. I'm here to support you. 402. Thank you very much, Peter Kinyumu. Peter Kinyumu has been able to write it there. I don't know why I never thought of putting it in the comment section. That is why we are many. 402,956,9. Thank you very much. So Madin Finance says, in case you want to start with the advanced Excel course, will there be another financial modeling course once we finish the Excel course. Yes, it's a monthly course. It's a monthly course. We'll finish this advanced Excel, and then we go to financial modeling. And then we go to financial modeling, right? We share the pay bill again. Peter Kinyumu is an ambassador. He has been able to do it very well. Peter Kinyumu, I need to buy you a soda. Okay, okay. And then that reminds me that I never shared some very important information with you here. The one of index merge. The one of index merge, I need to share it with you so you can pick it up. So, is there certification? Yes, once you finish, ladies and gentlemen, these programs, I have to give you a certificate, RCM certificate, of course, with my name there. And the people know that anybody who has gone through my hands in Excel is a good person. So yes, I'll give you an internal certificate, a certificate of participation, which you can also use to claim what we call CPD points with ISPAC. CPD points with ISPAC. What does financial modeling entail? Very good question. Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the day, like now during these COVID times, what are you seeing happening on the dailies most of the time? Very many people want to sell their businesses. A financial modeler who is an accountant should be able to take the cash flows of those businesses, historical cash flows, and project the same in the future using, of course, the growth patterns given. And then, of course, taking a few assumptions here and there, you should be able to make adjustments to those cash flows, and then using an appropriate discount rate, which basically is the treasury bill rate, the average treasury bill rate for a whole year. Using that as your discount rate, you should be able to ascertain farm value. So a financial modeler is able to ascertain farm value. Of course, you don't just ascertain one figure. You have to provide like a range. And for you to provide a range, you must, if you are also a financial modeler who is worth their salt, you must be able to do what we call sensitivity analysis for you to get ranges. Like this farm should not go below this amount. This farm should go between this and this. So you need to do sensitivity analysis. When this factor changes, what happens to the NPV? Ladies and gentlemen, also a financial modeler becomes very good in terms of budgeting. Yes, you need to, financial modeling is about interrogating figures and coming up with your own models, which I'll be able to show you how to develop them from scratch so that in future, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. In future, for example, when someone tells you that they would want this particular budget, what do? You simply go and change a few things. There, the Excel does it automatically. You have it there. There you go, like that. Good questions here. In advanced Excel, which areas are you covering? We normally cover so many areas. This is something, if you can reach out to me, perhaps through email, I'll be able to share with you the entire brochure. I'll be able to share with you the entire brochure, but trust you me. Like now, this person is called Namwanyi. This person must have done Excel. But once you enter my class, I'm so sure there are so many things that you'll be able to learn. Like now up there, when I was doing the index match, you saw me typing Arsenal. No. At the end of the day, I'll be showing you how to automate this particular cell so that when you remove Arsenal there, you put Milan inside there, it brings up everything like that. If you are selling so many, for example, shirts in your shop, once you press on a particular shirt, you should be able to know the price, the size, etc., etc. That is how you prove that you know. So really, I'll be able to share with you the thing, and then straight away, I will be able to show you that you need these classes. So please don't forget to go to my YouTube channel, Joshua Aura. YouTube channel is Joshua Aura. YouTube channel here is Joshua Aura. YouTube channel is Joshua Aura. Joshua Aura. YouTube channel is Joshua Aura. Yes, you'll be able to, ladies and gentlemen, you'll be able to get a lot of information there as well. So kindly don't forget to share the index match as earlier stated and your email. And my email, the easier email for Mwalimu is joshuaaura@gmail. Joshua Aura, just this name here combined, at gmail.com. At gmail.com. We also do company trainings. If you invite us, we shall be able to train. It's important that all your employees should be good in Excel. If you are dealing with employees who don't know Excel, I really sympathize with that farm of yours. It's not going anywhere. Everybody, ask everyone. Every time, if it's the production department, ask them. Have in this case here that shared Excel document. Everybody has to document their work. So from the shared document, as the CEO, you need to see what these guys are doing. So if it's printing, how many papers do you print, for example? How many books do you print in a day? Everybody does that. Everybody records that. From there, you should be able to build up very good information for SAP, because I would want all our farms in the next 2-3 years to be operating using SAP, which is basically a system that integrates all the departments onto one platform, Okay, I think I've spoken too much, which is also too wrong for Mwalimu at my age. Can do practice. Peter, let me do that very fast. I can pin this very fast. So meanwhile, ladies and gentlemen, what I need to do is to come here and no, time is not on my side. So please allow Mwalimu, unless there is any burning question, allow Mwalimu to end the session at this particular juncture. And in case there is anything, remember we have our WhatsApp group. We need to communicate there, and then I'll have to organize when we shall be having another extra class to teach you for free, So I hope that is agreeable. And don't forget that RCM is so much known for CPA. Those of you who would want to start their classes afresh, the fresh syllabus classes, RCM is the best college for you. What you need to do is to call the number, to call this number. Peter should have typed that number very fast. 2 minutes kindly, okay. Okay, so let me then share this. The pivot. Asante for the free lessons. Thank you very much, Shem, but next time, Shem, promote Mwalimu. Join my classes. So this is my pivot table, the original pivot table is there. So this pivot table, if you want to fix any pivot, what you need to do is to highlight everything. So once you press there, you can say Control, Enter, or rather Control A. So when you say Control A, you've been able to highlight everything on that table. So straight away, come and say Insert Pivot Table. I want a new worksheet. So I will say OK. So from there, I would want to categorize. It is first of all the volume that I'm after. So I'll come and point here. So this volume is the one that I would want to drag to the values. And this value, I can see they have given me this rows or whatever, but I would want the sum. So I would want to come here to count volume. I say value field. So the value field, what do we need? I need the total quantity, the sum. So I'll say OK. So once I do that, I'm able to see the total quantity, which is quite an ugly figure. I would want to spread this into the years. So to the years, what do? I'll come and press here, and then I take this to the columns. Normally, miaka tunaweka miaka kwa columns, like that. So once you do that, still that is not good enough. Of course, you have got something to talk about, because you can tell these people that I can see volume is growing like that over the years. But ladies and gentlemen, what I would want is these, but now in form of what your product. So I'll come and say product group. I bring these to the rows like that. So I'm able to get the same volume, but now this time around, you can see it is coming in the form of what here? That. So now in Njiri, I want to believe I've answered your question. Haven't I? Index match 2 minutes. You guys want to kill Mzee. Njiri says we'll follow up later. Index match 2 minutes. Okay, 2 minutes for index match. 2 minutes for index match. 2 minutes for index match. So here we are. I will come here. Although for index match, by the way, we needed to have done one class on referencing. I should have done one class of referencing for you for index match, because I can see you guys have serious problems for index match. We'll agree. The next class that I'll do, I'll start with the next class which I'll do. I will start with referencing, where I'll be able to teach you the concept of absolute, relative references, and mixed references. Now look at this. I had only 2 teams in this table. Now, ladies and gentlemen, look at this. The first thing that I would want to do is the matching. Oh, I can see, let me first of all see any comments. Let me first of all stop even sharing. I see the comments. Madini, kindly share index match. Yes, let me just send those ones on. Let me send those ones on WhatsApp. On WhatsApp, yes. Let me send those ones on WhatsApp. It will be easier that way. Okay? Okay. So for now, allow me just to share this very fast. You promised within 2 minutes. So index match is here. So what I would want to do, ladies and gentlemen, very fast is a simple thing. Come and select your cell there. I would want to match Milan and the country. So what do? I'll come and say equals. So once I say equals, now allow me to do something else. This, whatever I'm doing here, it is something I can post on my YouTube account and get some mileage. So allow me to record. Right. So ladies and gentlemen, here we are. So I'll come and share. This is index match. So I'll come and share the index match screen with you there. So what I will do is to come to this cell, which I would want, ladies and gentlemen, to have a match between Milan and the country. I would want to know Milan comes from which country. So what do? I start by pressing equals. Once I press equals like that, ladies and gentlemen, what I will do is to come and say match, M-A-T, match, like that. Once I press match, I'm able to see this match being in blue color. So if I see it in blue color, I can either double click on it or I tab, whichever you think is better. But remember, an advanced user of Excel does not use a mouse at all. Doesn't use a mouse at all. So I can see they want me to define the lookup value. What do I want to look up? What I would want to look up is this team called Milan. So I'll say Milan. Once I say Milan, I can see Milan has been defined as I4, I4, I4. So once it's I4 like that, I can see the next thing they want me to put there is a comma. So come and put comma there. Once you put a comma there, you can see the lookup array. The lookup array, where do you want to search this Milan in? It is in this column. Remember, for merge, unlike index, you can't like highlight everything. For merge, just like a soldier, you can only match on one column like that. So from there, ladies and gentlemen, this red thing, if I were you, this red thing, I'll straight away want to fix it. The way it is, just fix the whole of it. How do you fix it? You press F4. When you press F4, you are able to see the dollar sign so that this table doesn't keep on moving. So after that, ladies and gentlemen, you can see they are telling you to put a comma. So comma, and then you can see exact match. So the exact match, I've been able to click on it. Ladies and gentlemen, once I click on it, it's blue in color tab. And then I can see they're telling me to come and do what here, put a bracket. That I've done. So once I do that, there is one thing that students forget. There is one thing that very many students forget, ladies and gentlemen. When you are here, the I, this value, the value lookup value index, the lookup value, the lookup value must always be fixed, must always be locked, must always be an absolute parameter. So come and how do we fix it? Shift dollar. So shift 4, shift dollar like that. Once you do that, ladies and gentlemen, no problem. Simply come and say enter. Come and say enter. I can see what they're telling me. There's something they're telling me, not trying to type a formula. When first character is an equal or minus, Excel thinks it's a formula. No problem. Let's go back here. Let's go back here. There is a bracket that we left here. So there's a bracket which we left here. I'm the one who replaced it. which is very bad. So that much there, ladies and gentlemen, I have my bracket there. Now, once I have it done like that, I'll come and say enter. When I say enter, Milan is in row number 2. So you can see Milan in this table is in row number 2. So I should be able to highlight now, copy this formula here without worrying whether these parameters here will change. So I'll come and, ladies and gentlemen, copy it. Copying easily is Control C. When you say Control C, now go and highlight the entire table. So to highlight the entire table, you'll come straight away here if you wish. I know what you guys like. You can come and copy like that. And if you wish, you can even go down there. Say enter. So when you say enter, you'll be able to see Milan is in row number 2 throughout, and the hamburger is in row number 4 throughout. Hamburger is in row number 4 throughout. But ladies and gentlemen, really, the returning rows does not make a lot of sense to me. What will make a lot of sense to me is if you can tell me that under Milan, we have country, Italy, like here. So you need to come and index. Indexing will help you. How do you index? You told me 2 minutes. After equals, put your cursor there. And then you press index. You press index, yeah. You press index like that. I can see now straight away index in blue, is in blue, I'll tab. When I say index, the first thing they are telling me to do is to come and array. Look at this, array. Remember this time around, I'm arraying country-wise. So the country, I'll be able to explain to you all this. Once you join my class, I'll explain to you all that. So ladies and gentlemen, once you array like that, listen and listen to me very well. You can see there is a comma. So you need to come and say comma there, comma there. So once you say a comma, there is something again people forget under index. Remember under index, columns here can change. Columns can change, but rows, if it's Milan row, it has to be fixed. So please come to the rows. The numbers are the ones which define rows and fix them using the dollar signs. Using the dollar sign, so you come and say a shift, dollar. You come again here, there is a 12 here in the index. There's a 12 there in the index, so you say shift, you say again dollar. So after you do that, ladies and gentlemen, there is one thing here you can see at the end of it all, your bracket is red. It means it's asking for another bracket. Because bracket, you started here with a black one, here you must end up with a black one. So shift, you close like that. And then now you'll be able to say enter. When you say enter, now you can see it has come here as Milan being in Italy. So what you need to do is just to go there and copy this. You copy that cell. And then you can now straight away just move like that a long way. And then once you copy like that, simply say enter. So once you say enter, now everything is automated. You'll be able to see that Milan is in Italy. It played the Champions League, yes. It did how many games? 38. Points under how many? 57, just like it is how it is defined here under Milan. You can see hamburger. Hamburger is in Germany. It's here, Germany. Did it play in this case here Champions League? No. It's returning everything that is here. Remember, this is a very essential tool of searching. Just imagine if you had 1,000 teams and you wanted to, will you go searching for 1,000 teams manually one by one? No. You need to know the VLOOKUP. You need to know the XLOOKUP. You need to know the index merge. So the beautiful thing with this, once you have done this, now you can continue now. This thing now is automated. If I want information to do with Lazio, I'll simply come and say Lazio, Lazio. Once I say Lazio like that, and then I say enter, you can see it is returning the correct information about Lazio. Like Lazio is a team in Italy. It never played any Champions League. It did 38 games. Points earned were 56. So I hope that is helpful. If it is not helpful, please let me know. So can we call it now a day? Are you comfortable now? I'll be sending the document later, but are you comfortable? Somebody, are you comfortable? Thank you very much. George is saying thank you. You're most welcome. So the very best way is now to promote Mwalimu by starting paying for our next month's classes immediately. Like now, like 10 of you guys, yes, I'm comfortable. Thank you very much. But Virginia, remember, you must practice. Practice. Very helpful, and I'm comfortable. Thank you very much, Madine. Finance. Now you need to go and teach your finance people. Teach them this. And don't forget to pass credit to me so that those students can join the class. Sawa sawa. Okay. Sawa sawa. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'll be sharing. So modeling in Dani. Thank you very much, Njiri. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay. So great. Thank you very much. Great, great. It has been a pleasure hosting you. What is the difference between the sum if and the sum ifs? Great. There is a student who has come on board. This is a quite basic Enoch Kirui. It is something that I would want as perhaps because I can see you guys are really interested. It's something that you could organize, like say tomorrow in the afternoon. We'll come and do like the sum if, sum ifs. We'll come and do, ladies and gentlemen, like the counter ifs when you have got many commands, etc, etc, etc. So I hope that is okay. Please allow me to end this and end it now.